Hello, my name is Samaria, and I will be discussing noise pollution in urban environments and how it affects the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which we know is the major mediator of stress response. Imagine trying to fall asleep while cars and sirens never stop passing by your home. You're not just hearing it, your body is reacting to it too. This is how noise pollution can affect your HIPAA axis. Noise pollution is excessive harmful sounds generated by human activities such as construction, transportation, and industry. Chronic exposure to noise pollution can cause major health impacts such as high blood pressure, stress, cognitive impairment, and sleep disturbances, the main focus of this presentation. So what does this have to do with the HIPAA axis? Sleep quality has modulatory effects on HIPAA axis activity. Poor sleep quality raises HIPAA activity, which in turn elevates cortisol levels and causes neuroendocrine dysregulation, further disrupting sleep. Poor sleep quality not only causes immediate stress, but in the long run affects the reactivity of the systems. According to the World Health Organization, exposure to traffic noise is responsible for a loss of more than 1.5 million healthy lives per year in Western Europe. Stress and poor sleep quality frequently fuel a vicious cycle in which stress keeps you awake and the inability to sleep increases stress. The effects of insufficient sleep due to noise pollution accumulate over time and prolonged exposure to elevated sympathetic nervous system activity. Not only does sleep deprivation cause temporary changes in basal activity of the neuroendocrine stress systems, but it also gradually changes the set points and central regulation. Changing the responsivity alters how the body detects, responds, and recovers from stressors. So where do these effects happen? Loud noise is not just heard, it is interpreted as a threat signal by limbic structures, which in turn stimulate the hypothalamus. Increased noise exposure is linked to higher amygdala activity. Researchers are finding that more noise leads to more stress in the amygdala, causing more artery inflammation. But this isn't the whole story. Sleep disruption is also stimulated by altered neural activity involving the amygdala. Sleep normally reduces amygdala activity during REM, so you feel less reactive to emotional stressors the next day. However, if noise disrupts sleep, this calming process does not happen properly. Instead, the amygdala stays on high alert and becomes hypersensitive to stressors, leading to increased cortisol, keeping your HIPAA axis in a low-level state of inflammation. In a study done by the British Journal of Sports Medicine, researchers sought to determine whether there was a relationship among environment, behavior settings, and emotions. So using a mobile EEG recorder, participants walked for 25 minutes through 3 different areas of Edinburgh. Zone 1 was an urban shopping street, Zone 2 was a path through green space, and Zone 3 was a street in a busy commercial district. The EEG recorded and analyzed the emotions of the participants in these 3 different zones. They found a recording of fluctuations in excitement, meditation, and frustration, depending on the zone a participant walked through. For zones like 1, where there is little noise pollution yet social interaction, a participant remains excited. In Zone 2, where there is minimal noise, a participant may enter into a higher meditation state. However, in a zone like 3, where noise pollution is at an all-time high, excitement falls and the participant becomes overwhelmed. This study helps confirm that when individuals move into green spaces like rural areas, they experience lower levels of frustration and higher levels of meditation, a more relaxed state. Biologically, this suggests reduced activation of the HIPAA axis, meaning less of the stress hormone is being released. In contrast to zones like 3, which have the opposite effect and are like urban environments with high noise pollution, increased stress, and arousal, when an individual doesn't sleep at all, their glucose levels go up during the night and continue to rise if sleep loss continues, activating the HIPAA axis, leading to the release of cortisol, which we learn with stress, keeping the body in a more alert state. This heightened sense of arousal can disrupt sleep patterns by preventing the brain from entering deep sleep stages such as REM, which plays a key role in brain development, emotional regulation, and long-term memory storage. Noise pollution is not only an annoyance, but it also alters our sleep, stress systems, and long-term health. To combat urban noise pollution, cities can implement advanced soundproofing solutions such as adding more green spaces, strategically placing buildings, and installing sound insulating materials. Understanding how noise pollution affects the HIPAA axis helps us make choices that support and protect our sleep cycle. Thank you.